Welcome everyone back to another Dragon Ball Legends video. My name is DFree. Here today we're taking a look at the brand new characters coming out on Ultra Space Time Summon number 15. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hit that subscribe if you're new for more content. There are 5 new characters and they're not disappointing. They're really good. So we're gonna go ahead and cover them, and regardless, we're gonna go over them in their entirety. So that being said, let's go ahead and get started with today's video. So the video, I want to kind of start it off with the fact that the banners actually do not come out tonight. There's maintenance tonight, but that is for a Legend Saiyan banner with pretty much a Vegeta banner. But regardless, though, this stuff is being put out on Sunday. They don't really drop banners on a Sunday. I can't think of a single other time they did, really. So I'm assuming they're staggering this for other content going on in other games. So that's probably why. Other than that, I don't really know why. But regardless, so still a couple of days away, and I'm not complaining, right? So, again, there are 5 new characters. It's not very common. We're going to start off with the Hero Nail, which do not think this is just fodder. This man, when I read this, I said, what in the world? All right. By the way, I do still have my speech impediment. It's still a little bit hard for me to talk. If I mess up, forgive me, slur my words, whatever. TCG player, nice. All right, so main ability. Draws a special arts card next. So the green card, plus 50% of the damage inflicted by allied rarity hero characters for 20 counts. Hello, Shallot. Hello, Shallot. And don't be surprised if they drop a bunch of hero characters now that are pretty freaking good. Nail is now the best hero character not named Shallot in the game, which is pretty easy to do. But I wouldn't be surprised if they did this. Again, it's not a huge deal if they make them good, but it just would be fun. I know people don't want to see heroes, but still. Assault, strike attack up, plus 30% strike damage inflicted from the battle start for 45 counts, plus 20% of damage inflicted by allies for 20 counts when this character is defeated. We're going to scroll down here. The special move, major impact damage, inflicts enemies that you downgrade, plus 10% strike damage received for 15 counts upon hit, which is actually pretty good. That's a really good blue card, to be honest, for a card like this. Green card restores his own health by 10%. So he draws the green card and he can heal from it. So this is where I was like, whoa, what the? Because I don't think they've ever, I'm pretty sure they haven't ever buffed a rarity before with the Z ability. 30% at 1 star. At 3 star, it's 40%. At 5 star, it's 50%. And, bro, hold on. At 7 star, it's 100%. When I read this, I said, bro, what the hell? What are they doing? How much help does Shallot need? Now I don't want Shallot to become anything else. I want him to stay a hero card, because I imagine they're gonna put one of these out for every stat, like defense, everything. I think this game is gonna enter a really fun meta of like having viable hero teams like this. Between these two, that'd be a really viable setup, to be honest. And then also monocolor, because a couple of characters in here actually buff like green element and stuff. And I think they're going to probably do more of what Hit's doing, where it's yellow-blue, like green-yellow, like things like that. I think they're going to really push the game in that direction. So, yeah, we're going to look at Android 13 next. And by the way, he is a red unit, so that is exactly what the Android team has needed for ages now. He is a melee-type character as well. So the main ability for him, draws the Ultimate Arts card, Deadly Crusher. Next, restores his own health by 30% and ki by 30. It's always nice when you can draw a 25-cost card and heal at the same time and get the key to use it. Looking at those older cards that just draw the card and don't do anything else, like Super Saiyan Goku on Namek, stuff like that, Super Saiyan Trunks. All right, unique, plus 30% of damage inflicted against Super Saiyan characters. So general damage, not blast, not strike. He's always going to do 30% more damage to Super Saiyan characters. He is going to just do a ton versus, like, for example, that transforming Trunks that came out recently with Android 14? I don't recall who he came out with, but whatever. The following effects occur according to the number of timer counts elapsed with the current character. For 3 counts, after 3 counts, you get 35% of damage inflicted. After 5 counts, 35% to key recovery. And then after 10 counts, plus 25% to damage inflicted. When this character is on the battlefield, inflicts all enemies with 2 substitution counts when enemy switches characters. That's actually very important, that last part. For 10 counts, he gets, what is that? For 60% damage increase. That's good. Right? That's really good, right? And then 35% key recovery. So he'll be pretty competitive after 10 counts. That's really quick, actually. You have to leave him out there for 10 counts, but with combos and like side steps, charge steps, you can get that pretty easy. The last part, though, when they switch, they get +2 on their sub count. That's actually very demoralizing, especially for characters that have cover change, where they get +2, +3, whatever. So he's gonna lock them out for a good bit of time if they switch. He punishes switching. Inflicts enemies with the attribute downgrade. -1 to arts card draw speed level for 15 counts when changing cover. Knocks back enemy to long range if a cover change is performed against their strike arts card. That sounds like there are a couple of different kind of knockbacks. There's the Vegeta one, SSG, where he takes damage. And then there's Vegito and there is Movie Green Broly, who they both just knock the enemy back without taking any damage at all. So we'll see what happens with that. But regardless, a knockback is cool, especially because they can be comboed into a blue card at least. Applies the following effects itself when 2 allied android characters are defeated. You do need 2. Okay, so it's not per defeated. It's when there's 2. Plus 50% to damage inflicted, plus 30% to Q recovery, restores health by 30%. He's another last man standing unit, which is interesting considering that androids actually got the previous 13 as a last man standing unit. So, okay. I mean, it's cool to have the options, right? He heals 60% of his HP. My God. That's a lot of healing. All right, blue card. Inflicts enemies attribute downgrade plus 20% to strike damage received. Very good for melee units. Green card here. Plus 20% to damage inflicted for 15 counts upon activation. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade. -50 to key recovery. Okay, pretty good. For 10 counts on hit. And they also have blast armor on the green card. Not bad. Ultimate here. Deals massive impact damage. The following effects occur upon activation. Plus 30% to ultimate damage inflicted for 3 counts. Gain attribute upgrade. -50% to enemy sustained damage cut effects for 3 counts. And plus 30% chance to inflict faint on hit. He holds 1 and 1, and for androids, he is double attack. Androids have easily the best Z abilities in the game that are not monocolor, like, you know, just green element or whatever. They easily, and they always pretty much have. They've buffed the heck out of the Z abilities for androids, and they always did. So double attack, they got another one of those, considering 14 was a double attacker too. Yeah. And I consider double attack, no matter what the tag is, pretty much the best type of Z ability. By extension, I also do like double defense. But yeah, that's really impressive. So he's just going to completely shred Super Saiyans. Going to be very good as a last man standing type unit, despite the fact they have other units that are good in that role. It's just more or less like, with Cell as an option, and Cell being so good, I don't really care about units that can kind of be a last man standing unit, because Cell has that rescue, and obviously, again, it's good to have the flexibility, but I just prefer to be in a position where I don't have to rely on one unit to win the battle, right? Where it's a 1v1, 1v2, 1v3. I don't want that. So Nail. Nail is actually incredible. Nail is definitely one of the best EX characters in the game, which by extension means that he's an EX character that rivals a lot of good Sparkings in the game. And not just your trash Sparkings, but your very good Sparkings. He is one of those types of characters. And again, there are a lot of them, like Whis and EX Videl, those types of EXs that are incredibly good and can rival for competitive spots on teams alongside other incredibly good Sparking units. So, by the way, Nail is coming out. He's an EX character, like I said, but he also is Regen Namekian and those types of tags. So, the main ability draws a special move arts card next, the blue card. Restores own key by 50, meaning he can immediately use the blue card. This is incredibly good in a combo. You can empty out your hand and just can end the combo off with a powerful special move. Reduces damage received by 20% for 60 counts. It's not a lot, but it's helpful. Plus 50% to special move damage. So the blue card gets a 50% damage bonus with the main ability. The blue card you just drew and got enough key to use. You see how that goes hand in hand? Like, this is too much for one ability. And you only need 10 counts to use it. You can use this almost instantly. Okay. And then the cover cut, or the damage cut, lasts for 60 counts. That's quite a long time. Unique ability 1. The following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield. Plus 35% of blast damage inflicted for 15 counts. He comes in and immediately has a blast damage bonus for no cost at all. Nullifies own abnormal conditions. He gets immunity for 15 counts. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade plus 20 to their special move arts cost. So their blue cards go from 50 to 70 for 15 counts. Yeah. It says enemy, so I'm assuming it's just the target that he's out there with at the time, but 70 costs on their blue card. Assuming it's not at like 30 or something from another ability. Plus 10% of damage inflicted for 15 counts upon landing a strike or blast arts hit. This is important. This is actually Super Gogeta's mechanic, the red one, the old one, but better, because Super Gogeta actually only got the damage bonus per each type of card. So he got if you use a strike card and you hit them, you got a strike bonus for however long. But this guy gets the general damage, and when it does not specify a type of damage, it is better. It is for everything. That's why there's specifications and not specifications, and it works with either type of card. Plus 10% to damage inflicted. And by the way, Super Gogeta also got it for Blast Arts too. It's the same thing, but just better. Literally, because the game has changed. Plus 10% to damage inflicted for 15 counts when enemy uses a Strike or Blast Arts card when this character's on the battlefield. So if they hit him, he gets a damage bonus too. So he can literally sit here and combo out his whole hand and then end it with a very powerful special move that'll also be buffed by the damage bonuses he got here. And then not to mention, if they happen to hit him prior to that with anything that's a Strike or Blast based, he even got another damage bonus there. And then when he goes down, he gives allies, no matter who they are, plus 20% to damage inflicted. But if they're a regen character, they get another 15% to damage inflicted when he's defeated. So 35% of regen characters. Nail is good. Special move here, major impact damage, plus 15% to damage inflicted upon activation. This is incredibly important too, because it's a damage inflicted debuff to the enemy. So this goes hand in hand with everything we've read so far. His special move will hit you so freaking hard. He's going to do a lot of damage just in general, but his special move is going to do a lot too. The green card restores health by 10%, 15% to damage inflicted bonus. There's another damage bonus. Gradually restores allies' health for 20 counts with each count. For every count in the game, for 20 counts. They get 20 regens to allies. So this couples very well with the new Piccolo's switch heal. Nail actually can give them a regen. You see what I'm saying? Nail is even a double attacker for regen. Tag. And then he turns to Frieza, Saga, which is Goku full power Frieza, a double attacker, which is crazy good at 5-star. Nail is really impressive. Really, really impressive. I'm not the best regen player, but I wouldn't call it a hot take to say he's now the best purple for that group. When you look at the options between Super Buu and Janemba, Janemba's pretty good, but outdated. Literally in the same ways as Gogeta was. I just pointed out one example where Gogeta's pretty outdated versus an EX card. Like, come on, he's old. There's no way around it. And Super Buu is really good, but personally I haven't used him a whole lot. So, but regardless, though, even if I did use him more, I'd still stick to Nail. Again, that's my opinion. But Nail is nasty. All right, Goku. Goku is crazy good too. Let's go ahead and take a look at him. He's a defense type character. Main ability, draws Ultimate Arts card. Next, restores own health by 35% after 25 counts. You can use that ability. So draws a card, heals by 35%. Also, plus 50% to blast damage inflicted against android characters. The following effects occur according to the number of timer counts elapsed from the battle start. That's important because he doesn't need to stay out there. It's just from the battle start, just like hit, things like that. After 15 counts since the battle started, you get a damage cut of 20%, which he's always going to keep, by the way. He keeps these buffs, unless they get removed by the enemy. Plus, after 30 counts, plus 50% to ultimate damage, which is crazy. After 45 counts, plus 50% to damage inflicted. That's just general damage. No blast damage, no strike damage. He is going to, after 45 counts, he is going to do a lot of damage. All right. He has Cover Cut. Reduces damage received by 50% until the combo ends when changing cover. Plus 2 to own sub count when activated. Plus 35% to damage inflicted per defeated battle member. If he is your last man standing, presumably at that point, if he's the last unit you have, it's probably been 45 counts, right? I'd hope so. He's getting 70% damage bonus from 2 allies being defeated. Not to mention the other damage bonuses here. And also he can even heal with the main ability. Yeah, you can already see the makings of a broken unit. Like, I don't want to call him broken because I don't want to say every unit is the best unit. That's not my thing here. I don't like doing that. Even though I say something is broken or whatever, that's just verbiage. It's not me saying it's the best thing in the game. But it's just the way that works. But speaking of broken, his blue and green card are where it's really at. Major impact damage, 50% chance to cancel enemy attribute upgrades on hit. They have never done that, and they've never done what we're going to look at with their green card ever in this game. So the ability to remove enemy attribute upgrades, I consider to be pretty much one of the best things you can do in this game. It is why characters that rely on a bunch of buffs or last man standing characters, actually like this character, to be honest. But my ideal example is the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, who's a phenomenal unit, one of the best characters in the game. I'm not talking bad about him. But the reality is, he's easy to deal with if you have a unit like this that can take his buffs off, because he relies on getting those bonuses. Goku defeated, yada yada. He relies on that, but you can take pretty much all his buffs off. So that was just the thing about Super Vegito versus him when Super Vegito came out. Like, which one's the best character in the game? Gohan can be a lot better. It just depends on if the Super Vegito player was smart enough to save his main ability for Gohan. And if you did that, you're pretty much at a huge disadvantage versus where you would have been at a huge disadvantage. You're at a huge advantage versus being at a huge disadvantage, right? Advantage versus disadvantage. This is crazy. And to have a 50% chance to do it multiple times in the game because it's just on a regular special move card, nuts. 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 Completely nuts. Multiple times a game. 50% chance. All right. This is where things get really interesting. And don't forget, he is a last man standing type unit. He wants to be the last one out there. 15% of damage inflicted for 15 counts upon activation. Nullifies enemies' tap attacks, tackles, tap shots, strike arts, and blast arts while in the pose. He takes a stance. It sounds like a counter. I don't think it's a counter, but regardless, though, it just says nullify. And the last part is restores own vanishing gauge by 100% when enemy attacks are nullified. They've never given a 100% vanish gauge restoration on a green card. I don't believe ever in this game. There's a lot of units that could be mistaken, but I don't think 100% has ever happened. But they definitely have never given it on pretty much a counter, right? Again, I don't want to say counter because it doesn't sound like he'll be able to combo off of it. But not to mention a damage bonus, by the way. He'll be able to completely waste his entire hand, his vanish, everything. Assuming he has a green card left anyway. Waste his vanish, be completely left open. And just about almost everything you could do to him. Barring a blue card and probably some green cards and stuff like that. But he'll be able to, for all the basic actions, completely restore his vanish. That's a lot. Like, I don't want to say broken, but it's a lot, man. It puts you in a really compromising position. Like, he's really good. Ultimate card does 50% of ultimate damage inflicted. Don't forget there was an ultimate damage bonus up here. His ultimate is going to hit really... It even has blast armor. It is going to hit really hard, bro. And not to mention all the general damage bonuses. So Sagas in the movies are green. Z ability is just blast defense, which is whatever. The good news is he starts out with the double boost. They're starting to do this a little bit more. They did it with Hit 2, where Hit started off... Well, if you got him on daily, you didn't have it. But on the 999Z power, he started off at 3-star with the double boost. And this is Goku coming out automatically with both. So that's good. That's a lot better than waiting to 5-star. Everyone likes that. Whales are not. Zamasu, we're saving Zamasu for last. He is a ranged unit. So he's not crazy, but he's still pretty decent. Plus 50% of blast damage inflicted for 25 counts. Cancels attribute downgrades. So if he's got any bad things like bleed or whatever, he can take them off. Also, oh no, that's not a. I don't know. It's whatever. It's a downgrade. He'll cancel the downgrades. Damn it. That's pretty much going to be the damage received debuffs and stuff like that. Anyways, Twisted Justice plus 30% of Vanishing Gauge recovery for 10 counts when this character enters the battlefield. Restores own ki by 30 when character evades attacks with a Vanishing Step. So those two go hand in hand. When he evades, he gets a ki recovery, and he also can recover his Vanishing Gauge quicker. 30% should be the difference between being able to fully restore that in a sidestep combo. So keep that in mind. Also, the second ability, inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade plus 10% to damage received, which is important. It's a downgrade to the enemy for 10 counts upon landing a Blast Arts card. That should be stackable. That should be stackable. If you have multiple Blast cards in your hand, that should be stackable. And that's important because it's a downgrade to the enemy and you can switch to another character, and that other character will be able to benefit from the damage downgrade on the enemy and do more damage to the enemy too. Really important. Especially with this guy being able to come off of a switch from Whis. He'll be really good, actually. Blue card, major slash damage, plus 20% of damage inflicted for 15 counts upon activation, and plus 40% chance to inflict paralyze on hit. Paralyze, that's a no-no. That's too much. I've come to the, I don't care about faint. I care more about paralyze. No. That's good for him, though. And general damage bonus, too, I'll take it. Green card, plus 15% of blast damage inflicted for 15 counts, minus 5 to own blast arts cost for 10 counts, and plus 30% to ki recovery. This is a pretty good green card. Pretty good. Double blast cards. Here's where things get fun. Green element blast attack, 5-star, strike and blast attack for God Ki. God Ki did not have this. This immediately makes him one of the best bench options for that team regardless. So, yeah, even if you don't use him, bench option. If you can get him there, he's going to be nuts. So, overall, there it is, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. Let me know what you guys think about this banner, the characters. I felt like they were going to definitely be broken because I feel like most people are going to skip this anyway. I'm not going to go too hard on it, but holy goodness, man. Anyways, have an awesome day, everyone. Be sure to hit the thumbs up. Let me know if you guys, again, enjoyed the video here by hitting that thumbs up and things like that. So it does help me out. It lets me know you guys want to see more, stuff like that. So have an awesome day, and all seriousness, and I'll catch all of you in the next one.